What's up everyone, 7-Star Mike here, and this is going to be a video about how I trade. So over on the left there, on the left side of the screen, you can see a tweet. That is from February 25th. That says, Home Depot, this 375 area is important. It was a resistance in that bull flag of 2021. Then when it lost that level, it became resistance again. Now we're back to test it from the bottom. That was on February 25. So this level here, this yellow line, that's the 375.15. I've got that marked. And if we go to a daily chart, you can see we were hovering under it for a little bit. I have this trend line that it was following, and we broke out of that. That's not significant anymore, so let's get rid of that one. But this 375.15 was resistance way over here, and then resistance here again. So that's the 375.15 level that I was watching from back here as we were coming up to it from the bottom. Now, this next level here is 380.9. That was support up in here and support for this candle here. So my ultimate target on Home Depot is 380.90. When we get there, I want to see what it does. But let's go back to today's chart. You can see I have the trade confirmation on the screen at the bottom. My entry there, the time is 6:43, and I'm on the West Coast, so that's 9:43. So that's this candle here. Now, what does that show you? How many times have I shown you posts or videos where I said support becomes resistance, or where I've said you want to break through something and then go back, test it, see if it holds? That's exactly what we did here. So we broke above that 375.15 level. We came back to test it with this candle here. It held as support and it started climbing again. So I got in on this candle here. So it came back to test this level of support. It held for the next candle. I liked what I saw. I got in, I filled on this candle. You can see the confirmation down at the bottom there. I filled at 110. And then it did come back to test that level again. It held it a second time, and then it went on this run that it's currently going on. So I closed for 161, which is about 50% gain. And you can see the bid over there is currently 219, so it's still running. So my ultimate target here is 380.90. So as we approach this level here, I've got this in a second account, which I'm holding open until 380.90. The second account is the bigger account, so I can kind of afford to let that run around a little bit. The 161 exit, 110 to 161, that's in a small account. So in the small account, it hit 50% gains. I just closed it out. I wasn't about to mess up that account at all. The smaller account, I don't give as much leeway. I probably should, because this trade is working out much better. But with a smaller account, I'm a little more protective of it. With the bigger account, I can afford to let things run around. So 110 to 161 in the smaller account. It's currently 223. Again, ultimate target is 380.90, and I got that from back up on this chart. I'll even zoom in way back here. You can see this level here. Once we had this move, we came back to test this level. That was support, and it bounced again. That was support when it bounced here, and then when it finally broke through, that level was lost. So 380.90, this and this candle, that's where I got that from. So when I come back to the daily chart today, 380.90 is just above us. That's ultimate target. If it breaks above that, I'd have to go back and let me set that chart. If it breaks above that, I'd have to look in this area here and see what we're looking at for resistance. Maybe something up here, 393.97, but that is a long ways away. I wouldn't expect that to happen today. So I'd want to dial in here a little bit and see what kind of resistance we're looking at here. But there isn't a whole lot of trading between 375 and 380.90. This little space in here, there's not much action going on. So once we break above 375.15, I do think it'll pull very nicely up to 380.90 or thereabouts. Remember, these don't have to be exact. So if we're looking at 380.90, if it gets to 380.75 and just stalls and turns around, I'll take off the full position there. But 380.90 is what I'm looking for. That's how I set up the trade. That's how I use support and resistance. You can see I teach that if something breaks through, comes back and tests and holds, you can get in long. And the trade confirmation shows I got in long right here. So this video and that trade confirmation is proving that I actually trade the way I post on social media. So if you follow someone that can't provide trade confirmations, or they just show you things but they never show you that that's how they actually trade, I'm a little weary of those people. It's easy to post things on social media without any kind of proof or confirmation. So make sure you're following people that do show you that they trade the way they teach and they have trade confirmations to prove it. This one, 110 to 161 in the small account. The big account is still open at currently 235. That's over 100% in the bigger account. Should have let it run in the smaller account until it hit my target. But I had a lot of trades going on. Bad trade management, just closing it out at a flat almost 50%. But that's Home Depot. That's how I set it up. That's how I teach, and that's how I trade.